long day of sun exhaustion for you.
I know. It all went away, though. Totally just here now.
It is.
Yeah, I'm a lucky guy.
You think tomorrow's going to be calm?
I don't know. I'm done thinking about it. I don't care. And then there come the camera. I don't know. I'm tired of thinking and trying to guess because they'll tell us when it is, and when it is, we'll deal with it then. You know what I mean?
Well, I do know that Thursday is eviction.
Well, yeah, unless tomorrow is.
No, it's Thursday.
How do you know it's Thursday?
I know.
What is with these mysterious everybody finds out?
Because you just have to ask the right people at the right times.
Yeah, well.
I mean, if you get my drift.
Right. Well, that's exciting. So what do you want to talk about? Since you called this meeting.
Just to revisit our conversation that we had the other day.
You mean 5 days ago? 4 days ago? How long ago was it?
I said the other day.
Oh.
And it was 4 days ago.
Yeah. I can't but laugh because we totally had the cameras come over.
Yeah.
Did you go and put makeup on? Is that what you did? Because you knew this was going to be on TV?
No, I took my glasses off.
Don't be mad that I stirred that Jen shit up. I did that because that takes the attention totally off of us and other people that have couples.
I wasn't mad that you stirred the Jen shit up.
Oh.
Why do you say it like that?
No reason.
See, that's the things like that.
Because I'm not gonna, you know, it was just brought to my attention that you were just like, and who caused that scene? Who made that scene happen? That scene wouldn't even have been a scene if somebody hadn't went and...
All I said was...
And fuck yeah, I did.
Just remember who stirred the pot. I made one comment.
Yeah. Well, but don't think that that was done just because it's fun and entertaining for me. Realize that all those behaviors that you might have hated outside of the house are going to save my ass and possibly yours if you want them to inside the house. You know that I've lived my life like I was on the show for the last 2 years. Pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, you know that the things that I've done outside of this house would fit wonderfully in here. So sometimes when you question my behavior or question why I'm doing something, understand that I'm doing it, finally, in a way that I'll get rewarded for, as opposed to chastised or looked down upon. That's all. I just want to make sure that you weren't like going around, because I don't want you drawing more attention back to me after being like, blah, blah, because nobody gave a shit. Because I first was just like, I really just wish I hadn't. And everyone's like, no, it doesn't fucking matter, blah, blah, blah. Those stupid, and they just went on talking about that. Like, I had nothing to do with it. I didn't even really get asked about it at all.
I'm sure you didn't.
Right, because it didn't have to do with me. I'm just the one who pushed the dominoes that were already lined up by someone else's hand. Joe, can you tilt your hat back so we can see your face in it?
You know, I had given the conversation that we had a lot of thought, and I think that there's a level of respect that I had expected moving on beyond that conversation, and I have given you that much respect over the past 4 days, and I don't feel that that respect has been reciprocal in any way.
That's really interesting, because we have that in common.
In what way?
And that the respect that you asked from me, you never gave to me, and that you went around talking a lot about me, and that it was just funny because you asked me for this respect, and I gave it to you. I left you alone. I didn't try to get you into any conversations. I didn't try to talk to you about anything. Anything that was ever said about you was only in something that had happened here in the house. I didn't tell any stories from our past life. I put forth a conscious effort to completely give you that respect. In my opinion, I did, and not talk about you. But you went around and, you know, had quite a few things to say about me, from what I understand it. And so it was just weird for me, and because here you'd asked for this respect, and yet you gave me none. So I'm saying we have that in common in the fact that you apparently have felt I gave you no respect, yet I felt like I did, and you feel like, you know, you feel like I've given you no respect, and I feel that I did. I let you be, I left you alone, and then 4 or 5 fucking days later, you decide to come try to have this conversation with me.
4 days later.
Okay, 4 days later.
But, you know, you can't say, I'm giving you a deadline of the time.
I didn't say that I gave you a deadline. I didn't say anything.
But
I guess
then
I just hoped for better, but...
You hope for me to make a decision about my life and my emotions on a sooner time schedule that would be more convenient for you.
No, Dustin, you are the one who's concerned with convenience, not me. You are the one who likes to order your life and get your life in order fully before you do anything that concerns anybody else. You are the person who is so closed off to a relationship because you will not enter into a relationship ever until you feel you're 100% fully satisfied with yourself and with your life. These are your words, not mine. You have said this clear as day to me before in the past and even here in the house. I have heard you tell other people, I'm not ready for children because I'm selfish and I want to get myself in order. That is the type of person that you are. And you're not open to anything until you get your own life in order. But here's the newsflash, Dustin. Nobody ever gets their life in order, and you'll never be open to a relationship if that's the way you keep on moving forward in life, hoping that eventually all your ducks will be in a row and now I'm ready. That magical day will never come because each new day brings a different challenge that if you feel that until you conquer that challenge you're not prepared for a relationship, you're not going to be ever prepared for one. And it's sad. Like, that's what life is dealing with the struggles. And it's whether you choose to deal with them alone or whether you choose to accept a person's love and deal with them together. There's no, like, magical day that just comes along and suddenly your life's put together fully. You know what I mean? It's not like you wake up one day and you're like, I am an adult. And that's how I feel, is you've been trying for the last 4 days to get all your little ducks in a row and get your life put together to have this talk with me. And it's like...
But that's exactly not what I've been doing. I've actually left the situation of you and I be pretty as is. You know, I let people draw their own conclusions about who you and I are and our previous relationships. You know, you always come and say, people tell me this and people tell me that. And that's exactly who you were outside this house and that's exactly who you are inside this house. You know, I didn't believe you then when you said people tell me this. And it turned up I was usually right. And so I can only